Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. Last time we left off with strange sights on a French streak, showing some mannequins that are watching the soldiers and one that's a casualty. And we also are seeing a traffic controller here. So that we're talking about. And now we're on to the British pass-through war-torn streets. August 28th, 1944. Driving along the rocket-launching coast. Walking single file, and with eyes peering intensely to each side, these British soldiers on patrol through a town in the Pas de Calais sector, Pas de Calais, my bad, that's how it's pronounced, piled high the rubble and debris from constant shelling and bombing. At the right, among the powerful flamethrowers being used by British armies in France is the ferocious wasps, sending a fearsome stream of fire into the German strongpoints. The flamethrower is fitted to a carrier with a bulletproof body. In the Wasp, as in all other weapons of this kind, is a special type of fuel which is used. So the Wasp here, flamethrower tank, it's not really what it is. If you can see, it's just basically it's an APC, more or less. It's one of their Bren gun. It's what they would use them for. It's the Bren gun vehicles. I don't remember what they would call those exactly. But instead, they just have a flamethrower. And yeah, special fuel it's not gasoline. It's, don't know why I can't think of it. It literally just slipped my brain. Napalm, I think. It might be napalm. I'm not sure. But yeah, awful stuff. This is brutal. I can't imagine being a German soldier or in like the Pacific where the Americans are using it to clear out the foxholes and stuff like that, or the dugouts or whatever the hell. Just can't imagine that. It's probably one of the worst things ever. Dead cattle provide cover for Americans. August 1944. A rural scene in the Allied advance. Two American soldiers duck low behind the carcass of dead cattle as shells whine over their bodies in the drive to the border of Luxembourg. Another cow grazes contently on the side of the road. So that cow right there, that thing's just like, a little bit of danger. And it says oblivious to danger. Yeah, clearly that cow does not care. There's another one up ahead also doing it. Yeah, cow's probably like, whatever. I've heard gunshots for a while now. It's not no big deal. And below, crouching as they run, American infantrymen scurry after their tank as it lumbers after the retreating Nazis. So you can see they're using it kind of as cover. It's going slow so they can stay up with it. Yeah, good cover. Also good artillery piece, kind of. Not artillery, but gun emplacement. Tank's very useful. Good as both, like I said, cover and also a gun. So having them for both, it really helps out the soldiers. Showing the Nazis some real shooting. August 1944. British and American guns in action. In a picture at the top, a 155mm gun manned by a battery of the Royal Artillery, fires at Nazi positions along the shrinking German front in France. Below, American troops go in for the kill after knocking out a giant Tiger, a Mark IV, tank, in a town outside of Paris. Smoke rises from the immobilized tank as it falls prey to the Americans. Yeah, you can see the Tiger. Panzer IV, another name for it. Crazy big tank. These things are definitely better than like American tanks, but in terms of like there's the raw stopping power, but they can't fight 3 tanks at once or 2 tanks at once. So, and the Shermans aren't badly made, so. Well, they can put up a fight. They can't win. Brest still holds out in the bitter fighting. August 29th, 1944. The fight continues for a famous World War port. An American soldier dashes for cover as vehicles of a U.S. column become the target for Nazi guns in the Great French Port. The smoke from near or direct hits on the column fill the air. Below, streaking for cover from Nazi sniper fire, this American runs past bomb-blasted buildings and Brest as a hail of lead follows him. Yeah, you can see big explosions up in there. This guy's running for cover, going to try to get behind this Jeep or the dirt mound that's right here. This guy's also running for cover. There's a hail of bullets, as I said, chasing him. We're not sure from where. Obviously, we can't tell in this picture. But somewhere, probably along this line or here, getting fired at. Just got to hurry. A cross-channel gun is silenced. August 29th, 1944. Retired from the war. While one British soldier stands on the barrel, another gunner, left, examines the opening of the 14-inch London range German gun. Silenced forever, as the men of the Empire smashed along the rocket-launching coast. A British soldier, right, examines the protective mail chain curtain, which hangs over the front of the gun pit on this Nazi monster. So yeah, look at this gun. This thing is freaking huge. Imagine this getting shot at you every day. This is about the size of a naval gun. They basically took a naval gun, just placed it on land. Crazy the amount of stopping power these things have. And yeah, you can see the mail curtain here. Crazy, man. Designed for enemy wall cracking. August 1944. British equipment rolling along. The Havre leads a long line of armored vehicles over a road in France. A tank similar to the famed Churchill. It features a special mortar mounted in a turret with a short stub barrel. The mortar, known as the Petard, can hurl a charge containing many times the weight of any other projectile. Below, British armor passes a Somme cemetery of 1914 to 1918. So yeah, the Petard, unique weapon. It's not the best. It's not the worst either. Yeah, like they said. So it's basically just a mortar on the end of this gun. And they just fire it. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be more of an explosive shot. These things are obviously not necessarily the most used. But they are used somewhat. And they do their job effectively enough, which is good. And yeah, these soldiers are probably honoring these guys to some degree. Guys in 1914, 1918. That's their father's generation. It really wasn't that long ago for them when this war the last war happened. Must be a little surreal for them, honestly. Warfare reminiscent of 1917 to 1918. August 1944. A leap for safety. American infantrymen advancing on the heels of the retreating Germans outside of Paris leap for the safety of a shell hole as a Nazi shell splits the air overhead. The Allied advance was preceded by a terrific air bombardment. Below, as these Yanks plow through the sticky mud in their sector, some of the men are reminded of stories their dads told them of the last war, which would not indicate that General Mud is no respecter of periods. So yeah, Once again, kind of, yes, like they said, reminiscent of World War I, getting in these holes, trying to defend, get hunker down, good defensive position. Not surprising they would do that. And yeah, good old General Mudd, not caring about if you're a young man, an old man, nothing. General Mudd don't care who you are. He's gonna bog you down. I'm sure their fathers told them many stories of good old General Mudd. A French woman pleads her innocence. August 29th, 1944. She doesn't want to lose her hair. A French woman alleged to have collaborated with the Germans, the same Nazis charged with cold-blooded murder of 27 FFI members at Chateau, pleads as she hears her sentence, a close chopped haircut, to brand her as dealing with the enemy. In every town and village of France, this was the penalty meted out to women who had aided the foe. The emotional strain expressed on the face of this defendant is most evident. Yeah, so this kind of almost becomes like a witch hunt, at least from what they're describing. Because you could just say, oh, well, I don't like Becky's hair. So, oh, she helped the Nazis. It's pretty awful. Now, how many times did they probably help them? They probably did help them. And it's more out of a self-preservation kind of thing. You don't necessarily like them, but you don't want to piss them off. So collaborate with them. I use air quotes there. And get on their side, and maybe they will be more lenient with you, or they won't do horrible things to your house or your family. Who's to say? But with that, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Tell me what I could improve on. I always appreciate feedback. And as always, subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Thank you.